it's Jessie here and welcome today to a new pick a card reading. Now guys, I'm super excited about this pick a card reading because we're going to be focusing upon answering the question how attractive you truly are, okay? So yeah, I know it's going to be a pretty interesting reading, but also a very honest reading, so I hope that you guys are up for it. So to bring you that answer, guys, I have prepared, as you can see, 4 card piles. So we're starting today with card pile number 1, which is represented by this Botswana Tower. Card pile number 2, which is represented by this beautiful clear aura quartz tower. Pile number 3, which is represented by this beautiful orange calcite tower. And then, of course, pile number 4, which is represented by the amethyst tower. So guys, take a moment and take as much as you need to. If you need to, hit that pause button to meditate upon that question, and then focusing upon which pile you're going to choose to bring you that answer. So pick one that resonates with you, and then go down below in the comment box or in the description box. I'll leave the timestamp that will bring you directly to your readings. Now guys, keep in mind that all the readings that I do on my channel are general readings, so only take what resonates with you, and of course to always keep following your heart and your intuition. So guys, I'm going to start off with this pile, which is pile number 1, and all the other piles I'll see you at the click of your timestamp. Hi there, pile number 1. So you're here because you're drawn to this Botswana crystal. So let's hop into your reading, into the cards, to see how attractive you truly are, or what people find to be very attractive about you, okay? So first up here, we have the card of the 6th house, and we have the Gemini card. Now guys, so within the Gemini card, you can see that people find it to be very attractive, that you're super intelligent. That is something that people notice right away from you. It could be that the way you talk, or the way you think, or the way you act, just sense that vibration that you are very, very smart, and also that you're very curious. And many times people who are intelligent are very curious, because that's like how the eagerness to learn, or that's how like you accumulate your smartness or your information. So I feel that people find that curiosity about you and that eagerness to learn and to know more and becoming that smart to be very, very sexy. That curiosity brings a sense of excitement, of something like, anything that I want to know, this person knows. And people find smart people to be very, very attractive. I feel that some might be a little bit intimidated by your smartness or by your intelligence, because I can feel you're very quick into saying things, and that might tend to scare people off who are less communicative than you are. So for the people who find another one to be very witty, very, quick in thinking and also talking, you are very, very attractive. Also, people find you to be very attractive because you connect with various groups. I can feel like you have a huge network, and as I was talking about, you also have a good way to communicate with others. So I definitely feel that people find that to be very sexy and attractive, and other people might even envy that quality of yours, and they might be intimidated on how many people you know and how you connect that easily with others. Now in the 6th house, I can see that not only you have like a smart side of you, but you use that smartness, that intelligence to build something that's pretty solid, and also that people can see. So they see someone who is very accomplished, who has like their things together, and they find that to be very attractive as well. And in terms of health and your day-to-day life, it could be that you have a very structured life in where you can balance things that, work-life balance. I feel like that part of your life is very well structured, and people find that to be very, very sexy, because a lot of times people are a little bit chaotic or doesn't have like a good regime within this, and you tend to have like a great work-life balance. And so a lot of people find that to be very attractive, because they know that they can come to you. but know that you also have all your things well put together. So that's what I see for you. Group number one, you're someone who just like got their stuff together, and that's awesome, and people find it to be attractive. And I feel like not all people find it to be attractive. People could be intimidated by the way that you are and because you have a lot of things going for you. But yeah, that is as well just, the way of life. So we have here the Two of Swords, and within the Two of Swords, I also can see here that people find it very, very attractive, that you take time to reflect upon things, that you take time to think about things before you drastically and impulsively just act. And that's why you got like all your things like together, and people find that to be really, really good to see. So you really think things over, and you can kind of like make good decisions that will just benefit like both or all the parties that are involved. Also here within the Princess of Wands, I definitely see that people find you to be very attractive because you have this beautiful passion within you that also rhymes really well here with this Curiosity card. You're very passionate about the things that you do. You not only think of them, but you take action towards them. You put your thoughts into deeds, into action, and that is what makes you very, very attractive. And I do feel that people find this type to be sometimes intimidating, and those people might be people who might tend to talk the talk and do not walk the walk. And for you, that's different. When you think of something, when you have a great idea, you put it into action. You just don't let it kind of like sit there and hang around. You put it into action. So it might be that you might have left previous partners because they were willing to talk the talk but not walk the walk. And by walking the walk, you just surpassed your partners. You weren't maybe relating to their energy anymore. And so you might have left certain situation that just didn't serve you anymore. So then we have here the Ten of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Now, what I'm seeing here with the Ten of Wands, you're definitely someone who carries a lot of burden upon you. You might feel like you carry the whole weight upon your shoulder, and I definitely see here this within your responsibility that you take, and that is what so many people find to be attractive. You don't run away from your responsibilities. You're there to take action upon that, and it doesn't matter like how heavy or how hard you have it. I feel like you're never complaining, and that is something that people find to be very attractive. They can give you like a whole pile of S or BS, and you will still make it work. You will turn the lemons into lemonades because that's how you are. You think of something great and you make it come into fruition. So that is something that people really find to be very attractive about you. The only thing that I'm seeing here within the Four of Cups, that sometimes it is like when you're not seeing it work, you're someone who will leave whatever situation very quickly. And I do find like people tend to think of you as someone who doesn't put like all the effort or goes like all the way, because sometimes you might be too harsh or disappointed rather quickly within a situation. But people who know you knows that you're just like a quick thinker, and before they are where you at, you're already like 10 steps ahead. So that's why you can see whether a situation will work or not, or will bring you disappointment or not. And that's why you make quick decisions into leaving a situation. And I feel like some people might just not catch up with that moment with you and cannot truly relate why you make those quick decisions, or might not see how those things disappoint you, or might even think that you're not noticing the gems into certain things. But you are a quick thinker. You're already 10 steps ahead of a lot of people. So that's why you'll leave a situation where it's just not something for you. And people who can see this find that to be very attractive, because to them it means that you are someone who works very efficiently, who see things right beforehand, and who will not like bet everything into just one thing until it fails. You're someone who can see when something is not going the right way and will make quick decisions to turn something around. And also with the Three of Pentacles, I am seeing that you as well work with a lot of people within work area. So there is a lot here going on for you, which we're also seeing in the networking card. You can definitely work with great-minded people, and people find that to be very attractive. So throughout that smartness, throughout that curiosity, throughout that quick-witted mind of yours, you have come pretty far, and people find that to be very sexy. And if some people just can't appreciate how smart you are and how fast thinking you are, you know, group number one, that's their problem. That's not yours. You're just here to do what you want and become very successful at the things that you are. And that might not always be something that people appreciate. So I can see here in the Panther spirit that you're also someone who comes off to be very powerful. And as I said at the beginning, it might also be that people find you to be very intimidating. And this energy of being intimidated, you can also interpret it as just being you. Oh my God, we also have like the Lion spirit here. So dang, group number one, I can feel here a very powerful energy here. And that's not because you're dominant. That's not because you think like, you know, I'm the leader here and I need to make changes. But you have this naturally leadership that comes to you. People tend to listen to you. And that is what most people find to be very attractive of you. And even if you are someone who kind of like naturally has that leadership vibration here, and that you have that powerful vibration towards you, you can be very generous. You don't overstep others. You don't overlook others. You take like all the feelings into consideration, and you make really good decisions that, as I said before, will benefit each and every one within the group that you're dealing with. And that's why people find you to be very attractive. And I definitely see here that some people in the beginning might tend to portray you as someone who, you know, is cocky, or someone who is like a B word, something like that. But it's just because you have that natural way of leading, and that others can be very intimidated by that they portray you at first to be, you know, as someone who is a little bit dominant, or who likes to take control, or who likes to take the lead. But you naturally have that energy, and that's not something that you can force upon others. It's just happens to you, and you deal with it great. So people find that to be very sexy. Also, we have here the Coyote spirit, which talks about trusting in the divine detours. So I feel here that you are someone who's very flexible, who step up even like if there are setbacks or things like that. You're the one who always find a ways out and just manage to go with the flow here, and you trust that everything will be okay. And people find that to be very attractive about you, because you have this very optimistic mindset as well. You're not a pessimistic leader. So within the things that you do, you always keep a positive mindset upon things, and use your intelligence to find the way out into difficult situation, or out of difficult situation. Within the Giraffe spirit here, I can see that a lot of people find you to be attractive because, as I said, you find answers within the most difficult situations. You can see the bigger picture, and that means that you will not get lost within details. So when people need help, or when people want to talk about someone or need solution, they will come to you, because you're not only smart, you can literally solve problems. And group number one, that doesn't mean that they don't find you just outwardly to be very attractive. There is just something about your whole character, your whole intelligence, that people find to be very sexy. Now, of course, there are going to be people who are intimidated by that intelligence, or who are intimidated by the powerful energy that you have around you. Those are the people who are not going to be attracted by you. People who don't, or who like to dominate others, and those are also people who are not going to be attracted by you, because that is just not something they're looking for. You're too much of a confrontation, and they just can like get to a deeper part of you, because you already established a whole life for yourself, a wholesome life. So, group number one, this was your reading. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new here and you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you around. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Hi there, group number two. So you're here because you're drawn to this beautiful clear aura quartz crystal tower. So let's hop into the cards to see how attractive you truly are, group number two. So first up here, we have 11th house and we have the 12th house. So wonderful to have like both houses together here. So guys, what I can see that people find immensely attractive about you, I feel like there is something that people find to be very mysterious about you, and that has everything to do with how spiritual you are. A lot of people that are attractive to you might be like-minded people or like-minded groups who have maybe the same beliefs as you are. And I'm definitely seeing within this, you are attractive to this group because you have a well-established or foundation in spirituality. Whether it is that you might just be like at the beginning of your spiritual journey or far in your spiritual journey, that is something that people really quickly notice about you, that you have a lot of knowledge about spirituality, and that is something that really interests you, and that you're someone who maybe talks about that or carries a certain vibration into that. And the people who are attracted to you find it, of course, to be very sexy. There's also something about you that I can see here, that you are so much into doing good in terms of doing good for the service. So I feel like a lot of you from group number one, you are here because you feel like there is a greater task here for you to achieve. There is something greater than you here on earth, and you can sacrifice things for others. That means that you also believe that in humanitarian causes, that you might be sacrificing a lot of yourself to help others, or even within spirituality, that you will leave certain things behind because you have certain beliefs, and people find that to be very attractive. Now know that this not speaks to everyone. Not everyone might be that spiritual or something like that, and to those people it's just a little bit like they can understand maybe why you practice certain things or why you have certain beliefs, and to those people you might not be as attractive. But people who definitely get that spiritual vibration, who are also on that spiritual journey, you're someone that is super attractive to. And I can see here in the 11th house that you guys might have like-minded friends or like-minded groups, and that is something that I find to be very attractive, that makes them feel comfortable around you, that makes them feel like they can be their authentic self, as you are also going through the process of just being your authentic self and just allowing everyone to be just who they are. And so they feel that they can be just who they are around you, and that is okay. And also what I get here within the humanitarian beliefs, you truly put yourself into helping others. And that is something that people find to be very attractive, that you're not someone who's selfish and that will always put their own needs first, but you're someone who is very thoughtful and take all the other feelings of other people into consideration and make them feel very special and makes them feel worthy. And that is something that a lot of people find to be very attractive. You're very kind and loving soul. So next up here we have the Three of Wands. Now guys, within this Three of Wands, I can definitely see here that you might just have like a sixth sense to predict certain things that are coming, and people find that to be very sexy. Whether this is a sixth sense or you definitely have a gift to that, you can foresee maybe a lot of things that are coming. People find that to be very sexy. And for some people, it almost feels like they just can't grasp you. They just don't know what's going on like within your mind or why you do certain things. So to those people, it might be less attractive because it seems like to some people, they just can like get a grip of what is going on within you because they just don't understand the whole spirituality and how maybe you are dealing with things in your life. And so to them, this might not be super attractive, but those people who truly understand the spiritual journey and who knows what it is to deal with, foreseeing things within the future, or just like trusting your gut instinct, this is a very, very sexy trait. Also here within the Princess of Swords, I'm seeing that you are being very authentic and that you truly speak your mind. Even if some people might not like that, you might maybe even speak out on your beliefs or the things that you do or why you do them. And I see that, not many people like that. Some people find you to be very confronting, or some people find you to be even maybe on the weird side. But as I said, people who can relate throughout this process find you to be very authentic and actually a breath of fresh air, that someone is actually speaking up their mind and saying what they're doing instead of just, living by in this life and just accepting anything. Then we have here the King of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. And within the King of Cups, I definitely see here that a lot of people find you to be very, very attractive, as you're also someone who is very matured in their emotions. I can feel like you definitely can put your emotions very well into words, and that is for a lot of people a breath of fresh air, someone who's actually emotionally mature. And that's because you have been throughout this whole maybe spiritual awakening, or because you are spiritual, and that brings like a lot of depth to it. And also you are someone who always take other people's feelings into consideration. You really listen to them. You tend to be very considerate or empathic or things like that into or with other people emotions, and people find that to be very, very attractive. Now we also have this Five of Swords, and within this Five of Swords, I feel here that sometimes things might not go as well as you want to, or you might struggle a lot with maybe your thoughts or your feelings, or even bringing things into words, or maybe bicker a little bit with people around you. And I feel like some people find that to be very attractive, find it to be very cute, because they know it's not something that, you do like on purpose. It's just something about you that is super cute to see, that bickering or standing up for what you believe. And even if you find it to be very frustrated sometimes, people see this as just you and being like the cuteness that you are and the face that you're going through, or maybe just you. If you're not definitely going like through a spiritual awakening, it could just also be that this is a trait of yours and people find that to be very, very sexy. Now, people who don't know you, who might find this trait to be a little bit annoying because they don't truly understand like why you might bicker over little things, but people who know you, they might go, oh my god, here we go again. I know you're there. So I feel like a lot of people laugh about that and find it to be very cute and attractive. Also here within the Ace of Pentacles, I can see that you're someone who always is looking for something new, for a new adventure, for some new surprises or beginning or something like that. And people find that to be very attractive about you. You're always in for something new. You're always in to listen to people's ideas, and you don't make them feel like less worthy. So that really correlates beautifully with the King of Cups and also with the Princess of Swords, where you definitely are someone who speaks their mind and who doesn't like talks about BS. Even though sometimes group number 2, it might come out a little bit harsh to some people, but yeah, that doesn't mean that you will hold the things within you. Okay, so next up we have here The hummingbird spirit. So within the hummingbird spirit, I see here that a lot of people find it to be very attractive that you are very grounded and that you live in the here and now. So that means that you don't always go back to, what happened, but you don't always, and also you're not there only in the future. You're focused on the here and now. And that is what people find to be very attractive. They can go to you and talk to you about things that are happening now because they feel that you can truly understand and that you can truly relate to whatever they're going through. So because you're here and now and really enjoying each and every moment in the here and now, people find that to be very attractive. And I also feel within this that you're someone who doesn't sit and just feel bummed out or who doesn't crawl within a victim role. And that is something that people find to be very attractive. You just take your responsibility and you move on. Also, what was I saying? Like snake spirit. As I said, you're not someone who sits and just think, oh, bummer, I'm like the victim here, something happens to me and, this always happened to me. You're someone who has like that mindset, okay, this happened, I'm ready to move forward. What can I do to, better things? Or what can I do to not to be a victim? Or how can I turn this around so you don't easily let yourself be victimized into any situation? And that is something that people find to be very attractive. And it all has to do with that maybe spiritual connection that you have, or that you're just being very, very authentic as well. Also, we have here the peacock spirit, which talks about let it shine. And I can definitely see here that there is a radiance about you that people find to be very beautiful. So even, on the outside, you might have like this radiant, your skin might be always shining. You might just like be always smiling. There is something that just, on the outer appearance, very sexy about you, but also you have a very shiny and bubbly, energy, and people find that to be very sexy. So we have here the vulture spirit, and nothing is wasted. So I feel here within that what people find to be very attractive by you is that you use all your resources. You don't let anything go to waste. It could also be like in the environment. If you might be someone who is really all about environment or taking care of the planet. You really are conscious about the choices that you make, and that is very sexy to a lot of people who are just attracted by you, by this kind of like almost a vibe of doing something really good for the earth, or knowing your destination here upon earth and creating something really beautiful here on this planet. It's really beautiful what's happening here. So yeah, as I was saying, to a lot of people who might be a little bit open to spirituality, you might be very, very attractive. They really understand the phases that you are going through or where your beliefs lie at. For other people who might not tend to know everything about spirituality, some things might be vague, or people might find you to be a little bit, overdoing stuff instead of just, allowing the flow. But that's because they just don't understand where you're coming from. So group number 2, this was your reading. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new here and you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. I would really love to have you around. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Hi there, group number 3. So you're here because you're drawn to this beautiful orange calcite tower. So let's hop into your reading to see what other people find to be very attractive of you and how attractive you truly are. So let's start with the oracle cards. So we have here Neptune, Dream, and Transcend. And we have the South Node, which is all about destined to release. So within here, the Neptune, I can see that a lot of people find you to be very sexy because there is something that just they can grasp about you. There is something that's very dreaming about you. Whether that is your appearance, you might have definitely dreamy futures. You might have angel-like futures, and a lot of people find that to be very attractive. But it could also be that you're someone who tends to come over as someone who's always dreaming or fantasizing or all up in their mind and thoughts, and people find that to be very attractive. For some people, that might be just you not connecting with the world. So I'm seeing that there is a group here that doesn't find that to be very attractive because they just don't know what's going on within you. And it's difficult for this group to truly understand what's going on in your mind. And so when they're seeing you just gazing at something that's like, what is that person thinking or what's going on in their mind? And they just can't understand that that's just like part of you, part of your traits that is just all about dreams and fantasizing and just sometimes gazing or just like staring and looking at nothing in front of you. And also we have here within the South a Node which talks about destined to release. So what I'm seeing here that you are someone who transforms maybe a lot or who has gone through a huge transformation, and there is some way that people can see that and they find to be that very sexy. Also, they find it to be very attractive about you that you can let go of anger issues or things that frustrate you or frustrated them pretty easily. You're someone who doesn't stay mad for a really long time. You are a very, very forgiving person and people find that to be very attractive. They know even though when you have like bad words with you, they can always come back to you because you can forgive them. And some people guys might take advantage of that, but for the most part, people know that you are really kind-hearted and that whatever happens that you're willing to forgive them just if they don't go too far, just if they don't cross the line too much. Group number 3. So let's hop into the tarot cards to see what else here we can get for you to talk about how attractive you truly are. So let's see here. We have the Wheel of Fortune and we have here the Ten of Swords. Now guys, I can see here that a lot of people find you to be very attractive because it almost seems like everything just works in your favor. You have like a lot of success or a lot of things are working for you. It just seems to happen for you. You just seems to be a magnet for good luck or good things happening to you, and people find that to be pretty attractive. People like that you are so lucky. I can also feel here that some group might envy that. It might also be that certain ex-partners of yours might have envy that good luck magnet of yours. Maybe some of them just couldn't just allow that to happen to you or allow that happiness to come into your life, because I can feel a lot of people have been jealous about you within the past. So yeah, that is something that you might have to deal with as well. Also, we have here the Ten of Swords, in which I can see that something that people find to be very attractive about you, even if a lot of people might hurt you or might have hurt you in the past, that there is still so much good and so much positive energy within you. As I was saying, you're someone who can forgive easily, so they know or they can see that you have been pretty hurt within the past, that there are literally a lot of backstabbers or a lot of people who turn out to be differently than you thought they were, but still you're here and making the most of it and just forgiving the people that just did like all that. And people find that to be pretty sexy about you, because a lot of time we hold a lot of grudges towards others, and that can pretty much influence our life in so many ways. So within this, I can see that people find you so attractive that even though that you have been disappointed a lot within the past, or that people have literally just stabbed you in the back, that you're still smiling and that you can still say, I put up with that and I'm still willing to move forward. Nothing can stop me, not even like the hurt from the past. Okay, so within the Seven of Wands here, I see here that you are very protective of the things that you've built, and people find that to be very sexy and attractive. I feel like once you are in their inner cycle, people know that they can always count on you and that you'll always be there for them. And if there is something there or going on, that they can always turn to you because you'll always help them no matter what, and that you'll always protect them no matter what. In the 10 of Cups, I can see here that people find you to be very attractive because you're just a very happy person. You're someone who is just so happy with the things that happen in their life. You truly seize the day, and that is something that people find to be extremely attractive. And some people I am seeing do not get that. They want to break you. They want to see you unhappy. I feel like to a lot of people, you might also be very confronting because of all the things that you're going through, and you're still getting up and smiling and enjoying each and every day. That might be a little bit confronting. So for people who likes the victim mode or who likes to be victimized, there is no way that they're going to end up with you. And it's a question that you have to ask, like, do I want to end up with those type of people? Because those energy literally don't match with each other. I feel like you cannot like have people around you that love that victimized role or love to feel just petty about themselves, because you're someone who doesn't do that, who always see the good in people. I also see here that a lot of people might tend to gossip about you, but know that it's all about jealousy, and yeah, that a lot of people find you to be very attractive. Also here within the 3 of Cups, I can see that you have a well-established group of friends and family with you. You not only give your support and being protective towards others, but others are as well giving that to you. So to have a lovely family and beautiful friends around you, that is something that people find to be very attractive, because they can see how healthy you are within a relationship and how you truly put your efforts and your emotions, your love and everything into family and friends, which also makes them feel special when they are with you. So a lot of people find that to be very attractive about you. They know that, as I said before, they can come to you whenever anything happens. They know you've got their back, and that is something that is pretty amazing. So I feel here that you have some pretty loyal friends and family members that just really find this quality to be very attractive about you. Now within the Groundhog Spirit, guys, as I was talking about, we have the time of let go. So I can see within the time of let go here that as we were talking about the release, you don't hold grudges. You let everything go and flow. So people just can't put you down. There is nothing that other people can say that will break your mood. You're just not so influenced by other people. And that is what other people, find to be really sexy. That you're not thrown off your guard very easily, that you're someone who just know that their mood or their emotions are not dependent on the people around them. So a lot of people find that to be really, really sexy. And also we have here the Hawk Spirit. Within that, I can see that to a lot of people, you are their guide. They come to you for advice. They come to you when they just kind of like need someone to talk to. And so many people find that to be very sexy, because I can feel here that there's an emotional maturity within you that a lot of people seek. And so they come to you, and that is something that a lot of people find to be pretty attractive. Also here within the Cow Spirit, look at this, the miracles are endless, which is above the card of the Fortune. So again, it seems like with you, anything is possible. Everything that they want, every dream that they have just comes to fruition when you are around. You seem to make things happen. And group number 3, that is something that a lot of people find to be very attractive. When they are around you, it can almost feel like your luck is rubbing off on them, and that makes them feel, like amazing. So a lot of people find that quality to be very attractive. You can share your luck as well. So we have here Fox Spirit, think on your feet. So I feel here that you are also someone who thinks very strategically. You, even though if you are a dreamer, when you are in the here and now, when you are just like in the moment, you can really make a really strategic decisions, and people find that to be really sexy. Now I also have here two other cards for you that just came off, and I just jumped off, and I just want to go like through all the cards. So we have here the grasshopper spirit, which I can see that a lot of people find it very attractive, that sometimes you just seem to take a leap of faith. That means that sometimes you take a risk that maybe not many people dare to take, but for some reason it works for you, it happens for you, you got like luck on your side, like no matter what decision you make. And that is really sexy, and people find that a sense of riskiness to be very attractive as well, because that shows that you're not afraid of standing up for what you believe in, or just following your dreams, even if your dreams might be seem too big for others. Now, in the frog spirit, I can see that a lot of people find it to be very attractive, that you're someone who's very clean, who's very neat, who doesn't like clutter, who keeps their space very clean. And it might also be that group number 3, there are a lot of people within this that just like the simplicity, that like that Scandinavian lifestyle. And so a lot of people who have that, who also don't like clutter around them, just appreciate that about you. They appreciate your environment, and they can also see like in the way that you dress, that you don't overdress or do things like that. And that is something that a lot of people find to be pretty sexy. So in terms of how attractive you are, group number 3, I can see that a lot of people find you to be pretty attractive because you are so diverse, and there is a lot that people, you know, get from you. But there is also here a certain group that find you to be someone who they can't really understand, or they find it like a little bit difficult because you have so many success, and because they envy all of those traits, it might be hard for them just to accept you for who you are, and so to them you might be less attractive. So group number 3, I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're new here and you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. I would really love for you to be around. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Hi there, group number 4. So you're here because you're drawn to this beautiful amethyst crystal tower. So let's hop into the cards to see how attractive you truly are, group number 4. So first up, we have here the card of the North Node, destined to have, and we have the Taurus card. Now guys, I can see here within the Taurus card that a lot of people find you to be just super attractive because there is something that's very sensual about you. Now, whether that is something about your appearance or the way that you just, you know, talk, or the way that you move, people find that to be very attractive, and that is something that I notice right away. So a lot of people are attractive to that, and I can see that within this group, you are for a larger part of the time, for most people, you are someone who are very attractive. They find you just to be aesthetically really, really pleasing. So you might be someone who is really, really popular amongst, you know, a large group. Also here, I can see that a lot of people find you to be very attractive because they can trust you. You're someone who's very trustworthy, who put their mouth into deeds, and so they know that they can depend on you. And when you just make a promise, or when you say you'll do something, you end up doing that. So that is something that a lot of people find to be very sexy. And that you're also someone who's very patient. You don't yell a lot. You're not someone who get easily mad, because you have that patience. And a lot of people see that as something within you as being very attractive, because in this time right now, we have a lot of people who get frustrated a lot or easily, because our attention just is like we're not like very focused within this world, because there's a lot of things that are happening. So I can see here patience is something that we don't find to be that common anymore. And so people find this to be very attractive, that there are still people out there who have like this endless patience and endless just like character trait that you can stay poised and kind in whatever situation. Now within this note, guys, I can see that a lot of people find you to be very attractive because you are destined to have. And within that, I can see that just everything just seems to fall into place for you, and people find that to be very attractive. You also might have just a lot of things going on for you and that are making you pretty successful, and people find that to be a very attractive as well. So let's hop into the tarot cards to see what else we can get about how attractive you truly are. Group number 4, I'm really loving these cards. So next up we have the Queen of Wands. Now within this Queen of Wands, I can definitely see that you are a go-getter. You're someone who is very passionate about the things that they do. And I can see that this is a trait that many find to be very attractive. You're someone who is going, as I said, you're going to do the things that you say. You're going to jump through hoops if needed to just make things happen. And it doesn't mean that you'll jump through any hoops, but just the hoops that are required. So I'm also seeing someone who works pretty efficiently within that. Now within this 5 of Cups, that you can definitely see that even though you pick up a lot of things and you move forward within your instincts and how your passion or where your passion is leading you, people find it also to be very attractive that you don't let kind of like setbacks get you. So even though if your passion leads you to a certain disappointment or anything like that, it's not like you will roll up in this, you know, very pity role or victim role of where you can just like say, oh, well, you know, this hasn't worked for me. There is something very attractive about you that you kind of like forgive yourself for making that mistake and just moving on to the next thing that comes ahead, and not just keep lingering on the things that has disappointed you. So I feel here that you have no regrets in the things that you do. You don't see your disappointment as failure. You just see them as new lessons, and now you've gained the skills to move towards something new. And that is something that a lot of people find to be pretty attractive about you. Now I also getting that a lot of people might see this as you failing a lot, and maybe you tripping over the words, but you not pulling through to certain situations, or you giving up too fast. And that you might tend to be a disappointment to some people. And so keep that in mind, group number 4, that not everyone might see like how much of a passion you have into certain things, and that not all people might be like forgiving or understand why things have turned out like a certain way. But know that that trait of yours, that you can forgive yourself and just move on and learn from the lessons, is something that a lot do find to be very attractive. Okay, so then we have these 4 cards. Oh, wow. Wow. Now guys, within the 3 of Wands here, I can see that a lot of people find it to be really sexy that you think about, you know, what's coming ahead. And it might seem, oh, I truly had this with another reading, and I'm also getting like that almost same vibration, like because some of you guys leave a certain situation, other people might see that as you failing, but you know that situation is not going to work and you don't feel bad about it. So it almost feels like sometimes you just feel that things don't work out, and you're anticipate to that and you work towards that, and other people see that as failing, as you see that as just it working out just the way that it meant to work out. And so I can feel that a lot of people find it really sexy that you can get closures into certain situation and just not let things really get to you. You're okay with making mistakes. I can also feel like a lot of people find it pretty attractive about you that you can smile about your own mistakes. So I can feel even if you are like a clumsy person and you tend to do like silly things, people might see that, oh, some people might see that, oh, that person is really clumsy, as other might see that as to be really cute and funny. And I definitely see that you see that as well, and that you can truly laugh about your silly mistakes or stuff like that, and you don't really let that get to you. So even though if your mistakes might be bigger than just tripping over something, you can still laugh about it and still see what type of lesson you'll learn about that. And not all people get that. People tend to see things as failure and make it maybe even bigger than it is, while you are just learning from the things that you're going through, and that is amazingly okay. And so I can see also here that in this song card, you're someone who is just shining bright like a sun. You always bring an immense energy, an immense passion to the table. You're someone that, might be very adventurous, might be someone who's very outgoing, very charismatic, and that is also what people find truly amazing about you and attractive about you. Also here within the King of Wands, which is really special to have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So within this King of Wands and also next to the Five of Wands here within this triangle, I can feel that there are a lot of passion here within you. And sometimes that passion of doing something can get you into certain conflicts. And yes, some people tend to see that as a really sexy. And the reason for that is because you truly stand up for the things that you're passionate about. People see that as you being extremely passionate about the things that you want in life or the things that you want to achieve. And so they're seeing that as not anyone just standing up for their belief or their passion. And so they find that to be very attractive. So battling because you want to, achieve something or be there where you are, or just, standing up for the things that truly motivates you in life or gets your heart just like on fire, is something that a lot of people find to be sexy. Other people might see this as, someone picking a fight or someone just not giving in. And I definitely feel that within this you can sometimes be very stubborn, but as you also have like this Taurus card, which completely matches this energy, guys. I'm getting here that a lot of people find that stubbornness to be actually pretty attractive, and not to all. I mean, to people who can stand like letting someone truly go towards their passion, or who is very controlling of someone else, to those people you might not be very attractive. Also to people who are too flexible, that not might also be kind of like a good match, because you'll be maybe too dominating within a relationship. Okay, so take that. You are someone who's just a fiery and feisty, and a lot of people find that to be very attractive about you. Group number 4. So let's see what else we have here within the cards for you. So we have here the Rabbit Spirit. So many people find that you are just a lucky person, or that you come just within their life at the right time for some reason. And people find that to be very attractive. It's just like someone appearing in your life like at the right time, that you need someone like that, is just very attractive. And that's like nothing more that I can say about that. It's just a feeling that is like an instinct of attraction towards others. Also, we have here within the Bad Spirit, that I can see here that sometimes you drastically change things around, you transform things in your environment, you transform people, you make them, think differently, or you just literally transform things around you, and people find that to be very attractive about you. It might be that you have like a great style or a great sense for putting things together or matching colors or things like that, and people find that to be very attractive. Also here within the Koala Spirit, I can see that because you have a great sense of planning, because you have like this great sense of style, or that you have enough knowledge about how you can transform things, you're someone who's very structured, people find that to be very attractive and sexy about you. You always seem to have like a solution for the things that are happening. And with that passion, you definitely really strive hard to make things happen as well. Now, last up, we have the Nightingale spirit here, which talks about the love. So I can feel here within the Nightingale spirit, group number 4, that you're someone who is just super lovable and you share that love with everyone around you. You're super kind to the people around you. You really share what you have, you share your experiences, and you're just there for the people who want this type of energy within your life. Because I can feel group number 4, you're not someone who allows everyone easily within your group. So for the people who truly enters your special zone, they are going to feel the love. They are going to know what you have to offer. For other people, you just might be like this person who's too passionate and who just maybe or it doesn't seem to have like a good grip over their life, but you have everything already planned, and only people who are close to you might see this and see how attractive you truly are. So group number 4, this was your reading. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!